It's Gorman in the morning with Fletcher and Ryder. Now, 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning. 92 KQRS. Good Tuesday morning. I'm alongside Paul Fletcher.
Hi.
Ryder.
Yeah, I share your feelings.
It is a good Tuesday morning.
Yeah, I'm glad,
Stoked to be here.
glad that we're all on the same page, as they say in very, very few parts of France. Just a couple of little areas over there on the southwest side of things.
It's
near
page.
Andorra, they say page. I don't know if that's
I think
true
you're
or not.
making that up.
Maybe. I am not making up the fact that I'm feeling Minnesota, Paul Fletcher. Therefore, it falls on you to give us the headline.
Oh, my God. Okay. Here we go. There's a Prince exhibit, totally free, of memorabilia on display at LaSalle Plaza now through the end of the year. Kind of coincides with the pre-Broadway thing that we got going on. A Prince diehard named Rich Benson has amassed more than 5,000 Prince pieces, from stage-used guitar picks given directly to him from Prince, to a 1984 Purple Rain movie review from Russia, to a painting by the late Minnesota artist Dan Lacey, who became an unofficial ambassador to Paisley Park after Prince died. So it's called Remembering the Purple One. Again, LaSalle Plaza. It's going on. Hours vary daily, though, through December 31st. But again, it's free.
If I were ever going to launch, and I've thought about it, a Prince tribute act, I think I would call it Prince Die Hard. That's really good.
Nice.
I like those words together.
Yes.
Sure.
Good
Sounds like a
word.
character from Shrek.
A man in Oregon named Peter Higginbotham had his 1996 Toyota
Watch
Camry.
your mouth.
Sorry. I didn't mean to say that. That's his name. 1996 Toyota Camry. He had it hot-wired and stolen last year. 29-year-old car wasn't exactly the picture of health. It even had a bumper sticker on it that said, quote, "The book value of my car is one Baja Blast."
Wow.
Well,
Okay.
a month later, the car was stolen. Then it was found. Thief was caught. Vehicle was a mess. The insurance company declared it totaled, paid out $1,700, and the thief was charged with 2 felonies.
Hey.
Peter asked, though, for the judge to drop the charges against her in exchange for, you guessed it, a Mountain Dew Baja Blast to honor the bumper sticker.
There we go.
Wow.
The judge eventually agreed. Peter got his Baja Blast, didn't care for it. He thought maybe it would be better with an actual taco. But he was good with the deal, even though he didn't love the Baja Blast. Said he didn't want to see anyone going to jail over this.
Where did this happen?
Portland. In Oregon, I guess. I don't know if Portland.
Anarchists, all of them.
I know, right?
Exactly.
Prosecution was not happy because the perpetrator was a multi-convicted. Multiple convictions.
Repeat offender.
Correct. That's the word I was looking
Not
for.
a pretty word, is it, Hi?
Not so much. But he got his Baja Blast. One of Pete Townshend's old cars is up for sale. A 1995 Ferrari 456 GT delivered to Pete when it was new. Being one of just 141 right-hand drive manual vehicles, it's quite rare. The car features a gunmetal finish, fitted luggage seat, and has been meticulously looked after, quote, regardless of cost, not to mention the memorabilia aspect. Here's the amazing part to me, is the cost. All right?
Yeah.
Take a wild guess.
For a 1995 Ferrari
456 GT.
custom made so it drives on the right side, as in the British side, and it's a manual transmission.
Right, not custom made. There were 141 of them.
Well,
but
that's
still
pretty custom.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean,
1.2 million.
1.2 million, I'd say, and since it's coming from Pete Townshend's garage, I'd say it's a cool $2 million.
Wow. This is the amazing part. $80,000.
Oh, really?
What?
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a
I was
steal.
kind of like, wow, this is almost,
Now, if I know my post-war British rock stars like I think I do, there's probably very low mileage on this vehicle.
Yeah.
None of those
80
guys
grand.
drive. They just all have cars.
I mean, take out the 1995 and the 456 GT and just say Ferrari, and you figure it's well over 100 grand.
Yeah,
$80,000.
He had some squirrels under the hood or something. Something weird going on
Think
there.
so?
Yeah.
Right.
I was surprised the first time I recognized that if you get a car that sits on the right side and it's manual, I thought that the gear shift pattern and the pedals, I just thought the pedals would be reversed. It's not. You still have 1, 2, 3, 4 goes northwest. Southwest.
Oh, really? It's the same, huh?
It's the same.
A manual layout is not reversed.
Thank
basically.
you. And I was
Got it.
how isn't that reversed? Well, you're just confusing me even more now. But anyway, that's just me. I just figured the whole thing would be reversed. I thought your left foot would be the gas pedal. No. No, it's
I would
all the
agree.
same.
Everything's the same. It's just on the other side.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's
Yeah,
odd.
that's even more bizarre.
Yeah.
I'm probably the only person that didn't realize the Twin Cities Marathon is a non-profit venture. Did you guys know that?
I did not know.
I didn't know that.
You got to pay to run, right?
Yeah,
Like,
but I didn't realize it was
bib and all that stuff.
I figured they were all just hoarding the cash, but that's not the case. This year's marathon also, by the way, was hugely successful with over 30,000 runners, but it also set a record, raising over $1.4 million for its various charities, including Children's Minnesota, Cancer Legal Care, and more.
Do we
That's
know
kinda
who?
cool.
Do we know who won? And how fast they ran?
Yeah, that news came out a while ago, but I didn't even bother to record the names. It's more about the money that was raised for the kids. Really? 1.4 million.
Not about these people who ran a freaking marathon, and
No.
the first person who ran one died.
That was a long time ago, though.
Okay.
I mean,
Like,
you know,
this is one of the greatest feats a human can accomplish is running a marathon.
or they're crazy.
Okay.
I think they're crazy.
Whoever
myself.
said crazy people can't do great things? not this guy.
Nope.
That's right.
They sure can.
Americans are forecast to cover 55% of costs associated with tariffs implemented by President Trump. Yeah, this one sounds ugly. According to a new Goldman Sachs analysis, American consumers will bear a major portion of the costs as American businesses and foreign exporters will take on 22% and 18% of the costs, respectively. The biggest hit to consumers will come during the next few months. The administration has imposed tariffs on trading partners around the world and claimed that foreign countries will pay the costs from the levies. However, data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics confirmed last month that consumer prices in August were up 2.9% relative to August 2024.
Goldman Sachs did want to reassure everyone that it's okay because they're still getting fat. 'Cause they don't lose, Goldman Sachs.
They definitely do not.
We're going to have a good Christmas because we're Goldman Sachs.
That's right.
So suck it.
Wow.
That's them. That's how they roll, man.
That's what they said. Direct quote, right?
Yep.
Suck it. Yesterday morning, Alec Baldwin smashed his wife's vehicle on wet roads in the Hamptons when he crashed into a tree. His brother Steven was in the passenger seat. Alec posted his thoughts on social media. Yesterday morning, Alec Baldwin smashed his wife's vehicle on wet roads in the Hamptons when he crashed into a tree. His brother Steven was in the passenger seat. Alec posted his thoughts on social media.
This morning I was in this car accident. A guy cut me off in a truck. Big garbage truck. I mean, a garbage truck the size of a whale. I've never seen a garbage truck. It must have been something commercial for like taking away material from construction or something. It was the biggest garbage truck I've ever seen. Anyway, to avoid hitting him, I hit a tree. I hit a big fat tree and crushed my car, my wife's car. But it's all fine, and I'm fine, and my brother's fine, and bobbity bob. My wife's car is pretty smashed up. Big tree, big fat tree.
I mean,
Wow.
I get why he, there was a time, was there not, on SNL when he would play President Trump?
Yes.
Yes.
And he's
sorry,
like,
it was as big as a whale. It sounds like something Trump would say. I mean, the way that they both, use odd things to just, it's as big as a whale.
Yeah.
It's got to be the biggest garbage truck I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting him to bust into Love Shack. It's the biggest as whale and is about to set sail.
Man, come on. Man. You know what? Fred Schneider doing Alec Baldwin doing President Trump. Now, there is an impersonation for you. That's what I'd like to hear.
You just gave me a headache.
Hey,
Let's talk about tariffs.
Yeah.
We won't pay, they'll pay. Bow, 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 bow. Come on.
Hey, Ryder.
Yeah.
Will Norris won the men's division, and Jane Barakis won the women's division
How
of the Twin
fast did
Cities
they
Marathon.
run this sucker?
Will was 2 hours and 15 minutes, and
Damn.
Jane was 2 hours and 32 minutes.
Portland is a war zone. Now I'm going to be doing Fred Schneider as President Trump the rest of the day. Oh, man.
That is
great.
funny, though. Last but not least, marinating meat can make it taste better, of course.
Yeah.
But apparently can also save your life.
Okay.
Research has shown that grilling or cooking anything at a high temperature creates those carcinogens,
Sure,
right?
right.
Compounds that may cause cancer. But a recent study found that marinating meat first can neutralize those compounds and lower your risk by over 90%.
Hey, now.
As simple as marinating your meat for at least 40 minutes using herbs, spices, and some sort of an acid like, vinegar, wine, lemon
Okay.
juice like that.
All right.
90%.
This study brought to you by the U.S. Marinators. I thought you were going to say it could save your life because it just goes down the gullet a little easier if it's in a nice marinade.
Less
Because,
choking.
we get so excited and we don't chew enough. But maybe that's just a me
Well,
thing.
generally does make things taste better too, but
Very
I
true.
think you're right. Like Ryder likes to say, this one brought to you by Big Spice.
I'm
Would that be
down.
Big Spice?
What's that?
What's that?
Big Spice? Is that who this the organization that's bringing this to it? Bringing it
Probably.
to us?
Yeah.
She always calls everything big, you know.
Checks
So
out.
I
yeah,
see.
Big Spice.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Big Spices.
Very spicy night last night at the Gino.
Oh, no. Yeah.
We were all hanging in the KQ suite. By we all, I mean the three of us and some of our good friends. And we for everyone who turned out, good to see you guys last night. First
hell
things
yeah.
first. And
was
boy,
great.
for a while it was a heck of a hockey game, and then it
Fun.
turned into a whale of a hockey game as the Wild went up 3-0. Actually had a fourth goal pulled back. For a hot second there, we thought it was 4-0 at one point in the first.
That was a rout,
3-0
too.
through the second, and then, oh boy, in the third period, the Kings said, hey, let's score a bunch of goals and make everyone get really, really on edge. Rallied down from 3-0, scored the equalizer in the final minute of regulation. The Wild, as it turned out, did hold on to win in a shootout, 4-3. 2 points is better than no points, or the dreaded 1 point. But, man, you sitting on a 3-0 lead the whole first two. Come on, guys.
And at home, you know, like it.
Yeesh.
But it's, you know, you see this more and more. You know what? It's kind of been the MO of this team the last few years. You know, you have a lead. It's really easy to go asleep and then have the other team pounce on you. So
They certainly did that. The Wild don't have long to think about it. They're in Dallas tonight.
Yeah, that's a hell of a
to
back-to-back.
play the dreaded North Stars of old.
Don't call them the North Stars.
Old.
Just
Let me
call them the
finish
Dallas
sentence.
Stars. No.
Capitals, Flyers, Rangers, Devils. That's your 5-game road trip right now.
Okay.
So,
Piece of cake.
be a bit before they get back. Blake Cashman back on the field for the Vikings yesterday in practice. This was last year's leading tackler. Says, it's great to be back from injury. Blake Cashman, throughout his entire career, he's never played every game in a season. He's a great player. He's always beat up. I'm reminded when I hear him talk that, like, what he calls a day-to-day injury for me would be a clinging to life by a thread injury.
Yeah.
So remember that. J.J. McCarthy also on the field yesterday for the first time in a full practice since September 14th.
That's good.
McConnell said afterwards when asked, because he still hasn't named a starter for this week's game, McConnell said, we had good work. He had some sessions out there getting back to a lot of the principles of lower body mechanics and things that had been really good parts of his early journey here, which is coach speak for, of course, we should have given Sam Darnold the franchise tag. So in the NFL last night, the Falcons beat the Bills.
What?
And the Bears beat the Commanders.
No way.
Both results confirming that, yet again, no one knows anything.
Yeah, nothing
Correct.
makes sense this year.
And then finally, in the Major League Baseball playoffs last night, the Milwaukee Brewers were shut down quite literally by Blake Snell and the Dodgers. Blake Snell, 8 innings pitched. He gave up 1 hit, no earned runs, no walks, 10 strikeouts, 103 pitches, 23 whiffs. He faced the minimum amount of Brewers in 8 innings, 24. A guy did get on base, and then there was a double play. 24 up, 24 down through 8. That is, by the way, the closest to a no one's had that stat line since in a playoff game since Don Larson's perfect game in the World Series. That's
Holy
the kind
moly.
of performance that went down last night
Wow.
in
Yeah, that's
Milwaukee.
a masterpiece.
Newport,
Hi.
not the one in Wales. Not Newport, Wales.
Okay.
Newport, Minnesota, ladies and gentlemen.
I was confused for a second.
Oh,
there.
yeah.
okay.
Not Oldport. Newport, for crying out loud.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Listen, it doesn't matter what you've accomplished or how little you've accomplished up to this point in your life. You can still be a winner, a champion, and a Guinness World Book record holder.
Are
Okay.
you sure?
Yeah, there's
Okay.
something out there for all of us.
Okay. I believe
and
you.
Today's latest example. All right, take a quick listen to this and tell me if you can, by any stretch of the imagination, figure out what in the world is happening. But just know that at the end of this, there's a Guinness World Record.
3, 2, 1, go.
What?
Twist it up so it's aimed higher. No, up, left. You know?
Aim it higher.
Line it up so it's flat. There you go.
Stop.
Come on! Come on!
I have a guess, but I
Man.
don't think I can say it out loud.
Okay, yeah, no, it's very much, it's not unlike when someone takes their cheek and makes that
Yeah.
sound. It's
Yeah.
not
Okay.
that. It's not that. This is two gentlemen involved in a competition where they are very much above board. They're fully clothed. Don't worry.
Okay.
We're not going into the ditch here.
This
Okay.
isn't somebody going to town on body parts that I don't have myself?
No, not at all.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Because that's what it sounds like.
It
I was
does.
thinking maybe is it like some kind of belly slapping?
These
maybe?
are two gentlemen standing, facing each other, both of them arms up as if about to enter into a prize fight from the 1920s. And then they take their fists, which are balled up, coiled, ready to strike. They put them very close to each other, and then that is the sound of fist bumps. How many fist bumps can you perform in 30 seconds?
So it's
that is what they were going for, the world record. And by the way, the number to beat, the current fist bumps in 30 seconds was 406.
What? How do you do that many?
They're double bumping.
So they're like Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Exactly. It's exactly like Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Going back and forth. These two gentlemen broke the record 424 fist bumps in 30 seconds.
Damn.
I mean,
There
that
we
if
go.
you just do it with your hands on a table.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to get 424 in 30 seconds.
Let's
Unless you're
listen
a
quick one more
conga
time.
player by trade.
3, 2, 1, go.
Left.
Okay.
Twist it up so it's aimed higher.
Aim higher.
Left hand.
Yeah.
Left hand.
I'm sure they're going for efficiency.
Yeah.
Stop.
Come on.
There's no way that's 400 some though.
Come on.
There
Well,
we
I don't
go.
think that was the
Now I felt
full
the best.
30 seconds you're
No.
playing.
That was not
No.
the full
No,
30 seconds.
No, okay.
No.
I was going to say there's no way. So yeah, 424. So again, remember guys,
Jeez.
there's still a world record up there with your name on it. You just got to come up and you just got to figure out what it is.
You
If
just have
it's
to be bored enough.
How many caterpillars can I eat in 30 seconds? I bet there's a world record out there waiting to be broken.
If you're bored enough, you
Yeah.
can come up with something to be in the record books for.
How many cans of Spam can I rip open with my bare hands in 30 seconds? You know,
man.
there's got to
Without
be a
cutting
number.
yourself. Oof.
Old beer cans, the ones that had the and you pulled the
yeah.
ring tab off and stick it in the drink, even though everyone you know says don't put it in there. You might swallow it. How many of those could you open in 30 seconds? Come on, there's a record out there for all of
I
us.
feel
How
like
many-
Andre the Giant has the record on that one. He was
Yeah.
a notorious beer drinker.
Good chances are.
Those
Yeah.
pull tabs, though. I mean, you know what? You could just set a record for, like, I'm going to take this month. I'm just going to see how many I can find. Probably not a lot of them left in the world.
That's very true. And if you spent your time, if you found cases of beers with the original pull tabs and you ripped them all off in order to set a Guinness World Record, somebody'd be pissed.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it. That's actually the world record. How many people can you piss off by pulling off as many beer tabs as you can in 30 seconds?
love it.
Sure.
That's a good record. If you've ever just tried to, I don't know, get rid of a cat, it's hard, man. Cats don't play. They if they want to be somewhere, they're going to be somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
If cats want to get under your skin or under your feet or under the hood of your car or anywhere they want to go, they're going to get there. Cats kind of run the world. A family from Pennsylvania discovered this just going out for a little family trip, a vacation, if you will. They're in Pennsylvania. They're going to New Hampshire to do all kinds of things. They're going to go to New York. They're going to see Hamilton. They got a whole itinerary. And a couple hours into their trip, well, here's what they discovered.
We had driven for 2 hours and needed to stop for gas. My husband gets out of the car and is like, the cat is on the roof. And we're like, what do we do? We're
Gotta be
already
kidding.
so far into the trip. We have a long way to go to get to New Hampshire. And my husband says, well, he's just going to have to come with us. And he had such a good time and a great, adventure. So I actually did videos and pictures everywhere we went of him.
Damn.
Ray Ray.
Wow.
The cat's name is Ray
Of
Ray.
course it is.
2 hours into the trip, they get out of the gas station, and that bastard is just clinging to the roof of the car. Outstanding. Not one person on the highway drove by and honked. It was like,
and
yo,
said, hey.
you got a cat on top of your car.
How many lives does the cat burn per mile? That's what I want to know.
Pretty incredible. Actually, you know what? They had they have one of those soft cargo carriers they put up on top of the car.
Easy to cling
And he was
to.
clinging onto it, and so
Yeah.
maybe tucked under even a little, but he was clinging to the soft cargo carrier. Thankfully, it was not a hard shell. That would have been a different story for Ray Ray.
This sort of reminds me of Clark Griswold pulling Aunt Edna's dog behind
Of
the car,
course,
behind
yeah.
the family truckster.
Yeah, that's exactly right. The Queensport Family Truckster, I believe.
That's right. That's what it
If
was.
memory serves.
Well played.
So Ray Ray, as you heard, just fine.
Ray Ray.
They go to a pet store. They have to buy a litter box. They have to buy litter. They got to buy cat food. They're not expecting to take the cat on the trip with them, but they went through it. My first thought is, okay, I could see Milo clinging for his life on the top of the car, but then continuing with the vacation, new environments with our cat would not
All
go
the
well.
time? Yeah.
No?
He would just be miserable. He would
Wow.
not be happy. The dude is, he hides in the home where he lives his whole life. I can't imagine him in a hotel room. We'd never see him again.
I just read this. Ray, apparently they got an Airbnb that doesn't allow cats, so they had to sneak.
Well, sure.
Ray into the Airbnb.
I mean, people do that. People do that with their dogs at hotels up north all the time. You always see that at like a Motel 6 or whatever.
I brought Clementine, the greatest Gorman dog of all time, on the road for a week in 1999. The bus was going through Atlanta and coming back a week later, and I was like, I'm going to grab my dog. Screw it.
Perfect.
Didn't occur to me to let my tour manager know so that she could then call the hotels and say there's going to be a large dog with this touring party. I just figured, well, how bad could it be? And it was fine. Most hotels actually were cool with it, except one where they were like absolutely no dogs. And so I said, okay, that's fine. I'll just go in the side door. And so, of course, I snuck in this 100-pound beast into my room, stayed the night, no problem. And then somebody saw me take her out the side door, walking the dog in the morning as you do. And so hotel security comes and knocks on the door.
They ratted you
out? Which the knock on the door, of course, prompts a bark from the hounds of hell.
No.
And I opened the door, and the guy said, sir, you're not allowed to have a dog in here. And, of course, my answer was, what dog? What are you talking about? and he is like, I can hear the dog growling. I'm like, no, really? Damn. Anyway, had to pay a little extra. They were not happy.
I can't believe somebody sold you out, though.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
freaking
that's weak.
Charlotte, North Carolina. Never go there. It's
Unbelievable.
hell on earth. Crazy stories. Where'd you ever find your animal curled up? A lot of people, you'll hear about cats. This cat, we're talking about a family from Pennsylvania, 2 hours into a road trip to New Hampshire. Or as I call it, the Mississippi of the Northeast. 2 hours into their drive, they discovered their cat was clinging to the roof of the car, to the soft, like the suitcase thing you put up on top of your car, the soft pack.
Damn, Superman.
Yeah, Ray was clinging hard, nails out, boy.
I bet.
I didn't have a cat do that once, but I did have an experience, the exact same thing. Not for 2 hours, but for about a 20-mile drive on the highway. Okay. And this goes back to my son's 4th birthday. We took him down as part of the birthday week. We went down to, this is in Tennessee, took him to Charles Edward Cheese,
Is that like Chuck E. Cheese,
the young
or
pizza
what's
place,
happening?
yeah, Chuck E. Cheese, pizza joint, little birthday kids, just the family.
What's amazing is I can't believe I got confused by that.
Oh,
I got confused because the E actually stands for entertainment,
oh,
not
it does?
Edward.
Oh,
yes.
I'm sorry. Charles Entertainment Cheese.
Yes.
We're leaving a Chuck E. Cheese, and I'm putting Connell, he's just turning 4, I put him up in his car seat, and as I'm doing that, he had in his hand, as he did everywhere he went at that particular summer of 2004, a red Power Ranger.
Sure.
The action figure.
Yes.
And I took it, and I just stuck it on the roof of the car to get him situated. Now, there was that luggage rack that just came on the top of the car.
Okay.
And I just stuck the Power Ranger up there, get him in, get him connected, click the seatbelt, get him in his car seat. Are you okay, buddy? Hop in the driver's seat, we load up, and go.
Yeah.
And we are about 1 mile into this 20-minute trip on the interstate, and Connell goes, where's my Power Ranger? And I went, my. And Rosemary looked at me and she goes, what did you? And I just glanced up, as in the roof, and she was like, you did not. And I'm like, and we just were like, let's just go. And we just rode home, and I'm thinking, how am I going to explain to him that the Power Ranger had to fly back to Japan to save people or something? I'm thinking I got to cook up a good story.
Yeah.
And we pulled into the driveway, and I got out, and I opened the car. I looked up, and damn if that Power Ranger, with one of his 2 hands holding on to the luggage rack.
Wow.
His left arm was extended, and it was gripping. I'm not making this up. It was perfectly just lodged in place. But he had done that whole ride on the interstate, and I grabbed it, and I took it off, and I said, here you go, buddy. And, of course, he's none the wiser, like, thanks, Dad.
Yes.
And we ran in, and I've never been more relieved about anything in my life.
I was just going to say, in the moment, it was the greatest moment of your life.
That it truly was. It truly was.
Only the red Power Ranger.
No.
The others wouldn't have survived.
Yellow would have lasted like half a mile.
Oh, man.
Yeah, maybe.
That was the summer of the Power Rangers. First time we ever saw the show. It came on. We were watching it, and Connell and Marley both immediately went, and just stared at the TV for an entire episode of Power Rangers. I'm not making this up at all. No embellishment.
Yes.
The show ends. I go, man, what'd you think of that? And without a word, my 4-year-old son stood up, walked across the room, and punched his 2-year-old sister right in the head.
No.
That's the first thing he did. Wow.
That's what Power Rangers taught him,
exactly what it taught him. Hey, throw punches. It's fun.
Wow.
All right, we are going to play a game of Twin Cities Civil War. We got Paul McCartney tickets to give away. And
we need somebody from the West Metro, though. We just lost our West Metro contestant.
We lost our West Sider, so we need another West Sider to call in and take her place. 651-989-ROCK is the Luther West Side Volkswagen Talk and Text line. So somebody on the West Side hit us up. But let's move on. Mike in Farmington will be playing today, representing the East. In this battle of East and West, Paul Fletcher, where are our current standings?
Current standings, 5 for the West. East is at 3, so they've got a little bit of a margin.
All right, Mike. Mike in Farmington, are you with us, sir?
I am. Good morning.
Good morning. Are you ready to play?
Yes, hopefully.
All right, I'm going to ask questions. If you know the answer, blurt it out. Don't wait for me to finish if you know it. Your first answer is your last answer. We will take what comes out of your mouth first. If you don't have an answer, you can say pass, and we will just blast through these, and we'll see how you do.
Okay.
All right, timer starts now.
Named for a legendary Twins Hall of Famer, Killebrew is what type of non-alcoholic beverage?
Root beer.
What Minnesota-born actress who rose to prominence alongside Michael Keaton in Beetlejuice largely disappeared from the spotlight after a shoplifting incident in
Winona Ryder.
After serving as Minnesota State Senator, Hubert H. Humphrey held this national office serving under LBJ. Wow, nice. Famously headlined by Prince in 2007, Paul McCartney has performed twice as part of what prominent sports championship?
All-Star Game.
Sharing a name with one of St. Paul's most famous streets, what Minnesota brewery uses the slogan "Beer for Here"?
Pass.
1980 U.S. Olympic men's hockey team featured 12 Minnesotans who defeated the Soviet Union in a match. Given what nickname based on Al Michaels' call?
Miracle on Ice.
Home to a nationally recognized hospital, what is Minnesota's third largest city?
Rochester.
Given the nickname by his father at just 3 years old, what Minnesota Timberwolves up? All right, well done.
Yeah, that's a pretty darn good run, best we've had in a while. The correct answer is 5 answers. The ones you missed,
nice.
The Super Bowl or Super Bowl halftime show. That's what Paul McCartney played. Yep. And then Summit Brew Company is the Beer for Here.
Otherwise, Mike, strong effort, my man.
5 is really good.
That is really good. Okay, now we've got, let's go to the West Side. We got Will from Hopkins. Will, good morning, sir.
Good morning. How you doing?
All good here. You ready to play the game?
Oh, yeah, let's do this.
If you don't have an answer, say pass. If you get the answer and I'm still talking, just blurt it out. Ready?
All right.
60 seconds starts now.
Minnesota's state gemstone gets its name from this better-than-average Great Lake.
Oh, God. Pass.
John Lennon was known as the Smart Beatle, Ringo as the Funny Beatle. During the height of Beatlemania, what was Paul McCartney's nickname?
The Quiet Beatle. I don't know.
What Minnesota-based food company, best known for potato chips, features a windmill as its logo and uses the slogan "Quality lives here" in its boxes?
General Mills.
What nationwide fashion craze featured brightly covered stripes started in a Roseville gym in the late 1980s?
What was that? Can you say that again?
What nationwide fashion craze featured brightly colored stripes started in a Roseville gym in the late 1980s?
Pass.
Known for making the world's smallest pacemaker, what medical device company headquarters its U.S. operations in the Twin Cities?
Oh, God, I know this. Pass.
Minnesota is the leading producer of this kind of poultry, a staple at Thanksgiving.
Turkey?
Yes, sir.
Man.
Yes.
Man.
Turkey is correct, Will. Unfortunately, we donutted the rest of the way. Lake Superior was the better-than-average Great Lake. Paul McCartney was the cute beetle. The windmill is Old Dutch potato chips. Mm-hmm. The fashion craze was Zubas. And our smallest pacemaker by Medtronic.
All right. Will, thanks for calling in
effort.
and saving the day being our second contestant. But this is all about Mike in Farmington. Congratulations, Mike. You have won Paul McCartney tickets, brother. Solid effort getting 5 out of 6, I believe.
Five's the best we've had in quite a while, and brings them within 1 of the West.
Right on. Mike, congrats. Have a great time at the gig, Mike. Sit tight on hold for a moment. And we will move merrily along.
EASTSIDE.
Well done. Ever gone somewhere famous? Like, hey, everyone says this is a cool place, and you got there and you say to yourself, oh my God, this really sucks. Let's talk about some of the most disappointing tourist spots we've ever seen.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the Morning is back. 92 KQRS.
You ever go somewhere great and find out it sucks?
Yeah.
Okay, just curious. You know, there's a lot of tourist attractions. There's a lot of things you hear about, a lot of things you want to go check out. You get there and you have to admit, painfully,
Yeah.
the Luther Westside Volkswagen talking text line 651-989-ROCK. Already got a few coming in hot. Paul?
Yes?
What do we got?
I'm going to totally agree with the very first one we got. It was actually my choice.
Okay.
Waldrug in South Dakota.
Oh, yeah.
It's
a tourist trap.
I quite honestly, I don't even remember what's there. That's how little of an impression it made on me. But you sit in the car,
okay,
and you get signs. Waldrug, 150 miles. Waldrug, 145 miles. I'm not kidding you. They're relentless. And then you get there, and you're like, this is it?
What? I mean, they start these billboards in frickin' Rhode Island for Waldrug.
Yeah,
by the way, and what is it?
It's just a gas station.
Basically.
Like it's kind of an old westy kind of gas station. It has the, mechanical horse or whatever that your kid can ride on that you put the quarter in, that sort of thing. And a bunch of postcards and kitschy stuff.
That's like giving a kid in 2025. That's like asking them to sit through an episode of Lost in Space. I'm sorry, something's not computing. This was fun to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm even talking about in the late 80s or the early 90s when we went as a family. Even that long ago, it wasn't impressive.
All right, so because I've heard of it, I've never seen it. The other one that I'm very well aware of and completely ignorant of is the Corn Palace. What's happening there?
Never been.
What's that all about?
It's a building, and they put corn
on the outside.
Of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not made of corn.
No.
In my mind, it's just corn cobs designed like Lego logs into a house-sized structure. But no. Okay.
No, that's correct.
That was hoping.
It's like a gymnasium on the inside, and then on the outside, it's covered with corn.
Yeah.
It is a long drive, and it's not great, I've been told.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've never actually been inside. That's one that our parents spared us from. We just drove by it. Look, there's a palace with corn on the outside of it.
Wait, you detoured all the way to Mitchell?
Wow.
I feel like we did. Well, you know what? Maybe we didn't then. But I could have swore that we saw it in person. I don't know.
Okay.
See, you've got
two different trips, though, too. So
just outside of Chattanooga, Tennessee, there's a place called Rock City. And all throughout the entire Southeast, you will see not billboards, but barns painted on the side of barns. See Rock City, no matter what direction you're going. And you're just like, okay, fine. And then you go to see Rock City, and it's just a bunch of rocks. And it's like...
It's not like Flintstones, where they build everything out of rocks?
No, again, it should be. You'd wish it were. But the Buc-ee's, which people, I'm sure you've all heard of Buc-ee's, the ginormous gas station convenience stores. It's not even a convenience store. It's the size of like a Walmart. Those are dotting out. They started in Texas. They've taken over the Southeast and now moving into the Midwest. They do the billboards. You'll see a billboard that says Buc-ee's only 314 miles. I mean, they're taking a page from Waldrug and whatnot, the whole thing. But at least with Buc-ee's, you're going to get 172 gas pumps and really clean bathrooms. So at least there's that. That's kind of the whole point.
100%.
Don't underestimate the power of a clean bathroom, especially on the road.
I don't. And Buc-ee's is now so successful that it's getting all the hate. Now, the backlash has started. Buc-ee's is like the Bee Gees in 1979. It's like everybody decided it was the greatest thing ever, and then almost immediately everyone said, I'm so sick of Buc-ee's. No, the bathrooms are extraordinary and more than worth going into and investigating. And as much as people love the food, not so great.
Oh, really?
But those bathrooms are fantastic.
Okay.
A lot of national parks here in the United States of America, and if you go and you're expecting anything other than just nature, if the splendor of natural beauty isn't your thing, then just don't go. I don't know what else to tell you. Hawaii's Volcanoes National Park. I'm going to read to you some honest reviews of some national parks. This is what someone wrote.
Curious.
Paid $20 to get in, didn't even get to touch lava.
Oh, no. You just got to survive? That was it?
Didn't get to touch lava. Here's the funny thing about lava. it's from the Earth's core, and it's real hot.
Yeah.
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 You're not even going to burn. You're just going to melt instantly.
This is an honest-to-God review left at the Grand Canyon. Whoop-de-doo, Grand Canyon. You're a giant hole in the ground. You are caused by erosion. Can you say overrated? Have you been to the Grand Canyon, Fletcher?
I've flown over it. Haven't been there. But I mean, that probably doesn't do it justice either.
Ryder, Grand Canyon, yes or no?
Not yet, no.
I will say this. I went to the Grand Canyon for the first time like 7 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And the South Rim, you park your car, you walk through, and you're like, okay, let's get there. And it's just a short walk through a trail, and you come to any number of a million overlooks. And I truly was like,
yeah, I would imagine.
Beyond awe-inspiring.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I went in there fully ready to be like, okay, cool, worth the drive.
Yeah.
I didn't check the weather. I didn't check the altitude. I left a hotel in Phoenix, and it was like 87 degrees, and I got out of my car in northern Arizona, and it was 49 degrees. Ooh. And I was like, someone should have done a little more research, and his name is me.
Yeah.
And suddenly I was at the gift shop buying a Grand Canyon sweatshirt, which I still have.
That's great.
But no, truly astonishing to see that thing in person. There's not a photograph or a film or a drone shot that gives it any amount of justice.
I would say that somebody that would write a review like that one that was written about the Grand Canyon being just a hole is probably some sort of concrete jungle cynic.
I would imagine.
That just doesn't have any appreciation for things that aren't powered.
The St. Louis Arch. Anyone ever seen it?
Oh, yeah, I've been there.
Okay.
Yep, seen that.
It was, you guys can go up in it.
Yeah. Didn't
like
do that.
Tiny little egg.
Yeah. Did you go up in it?
I did.
It's pretty unsettling. I did it as a kid, and then I did it as an adult. And the second time, I don't have a fear of heights generally or any of that stuff. It was a little. I got up there and got out,
and I was uncomfortable.
I was like, holy smokes.
Okay, so you've got a fear of heights. So somebody that
you don't
have a fear of heights. So somebody that does, like me, I would lose it probably.
Oh, my wife would cease.
Yeah.
All operations.
Seriously.
If I could put her in if I put a hood over her head and she had no idea where she was, and I removed that and she was at the top of the St. Louis Arch, looking out windows that are the thing is angled, so you're looking straight down.
Mm-hmm.
She would be dead. That's all it would take.
I don't think I would cease, but like I'm seriously, my entire body right now is goosebumps. I just can't even think about it.
It is designed to sway with the wind, and it does.
Yes, it does.
And you feel it, and it is like, holy crap. The problem is the view is of either St. Louis or Western Illinois, and not a lot to recommend in either one of those views.
No Grand Canyon out of those views.
One review on Yelp of the St. Louis Arch. The thing is ugly as sin. It looks like half of the McDonald's logo or a giant urinal.
Wow, that's harsh.
Yeah, 651-989-ROCK. Ever been disappointed by something you couldn't wait to see? Hit us up.
Man, people are savage for the Corn Palace. I mean, almost every single text has the Corn Palace. It's brutal, apparently.
Even if they're mentioning something else first, it's just like, shrapnel.
Yeah, just pretty much.
Side swiping the Corn Palace. The fact that, but you know what? The Corn Palace is clearly doing its job. We're still talking about it.
That's true.
It looks cool on a postcard. It really does. But once you get there, it's a bummer.
Yeah, right. That's a great. Just get the postcard. Drive by it, wave, and get the postcard.
Okay.
Call it good. Todd Meyer says, Crazy Horse. The day we were there, they were blasting. We could only look at it from 2 miles away.
Okay.
So that was disappointing.
Sure.
I was going to say, man, I've seen Crazy Horse a bunch. They're awesome every time. Yeah. You just got to make sure to remember the mushrooms. And man, boy, Neil will just take you on a trip.
Uh-huh.
This is an interesting one. Rich in White Bear Lake says the pyramids in Cairo, very disappointing.
Oh, no way.
The cab ride, however, nearly had a heart attack as we drove on a sidewalk and hit pedestrians.
Oh.
Man.
Rich, I'm going to need a little more
How can
information.
The pyramids be disappointing?
Yeah, I mean,
Rich has seen them and we haven't.
Right.
So,
yeah. But think of what was accomplished and when they did it. Like, Rich, if you want to follow up with context, that'd be awesome.
What gets a lot of, I've just noticed, I've had several people that I know say that they went out to see the geysers at, Old Faithful at Yellowstone, and they're whatever. At the end of the day, it's just, a bunch of water blasts up. And I'm just like, I don't know what you're expecting it to be. Like, it's not.
But it's wild, man.
It's not 1,000 feet tall. It's not going to be like something out of a Spielberg film. It's just, it going in.
When we were in Iceland, I couldn't stop looking at them. Yes, it's just hot water shooting out of the ground, but it's fascinating. And it's like I stood there and stared at it. Like, I couldn't wait for the next one to freaking explode.
Mom and Dad drug us out to Yellowstone when we were kids. And that Old Faithful, it does go off like clockwork. I mean, it is pretty cool. And I know it's not thousands of feet, but it's like hundreds. It's like
it's
a
up there.
Building high.
You feel the heat and you smell that sulfur. It's all pretty awesome.
It hasn't taken long for the average person to have a pretty unrealistic expectation of what things are going to be. And I'm thinking about the fact that in the 19 teens or early 20s, at the time of when it was still silent films, there was a film that showed a train coming right at the camera. Someone put a camera on the train track.
Yeah.
And the train came right at it and went right over the camera. And people in theaters all around the country fainted because they couldn't separate the fact, oh, my God, the train's going to hit us here in a theater. Mm-hmm. And now look at us 100 years later.
Right.
That's just water coming out of the earth. Come on, man. That stuff's amazing. Imagine being Lewis and Clark or whatever Europeans first showed up there. Now, I know there were native people here for centuries that were aware of the geysers. But the first dude with a French accent who's coming across the plane, and he's like, wait a minute, what is this hot water? And it happened again at the same time yesterday. What kind of voodoo magic is this? That'd be crazy.
We got another one from Dan from Scandia. He says, you've heard of Stonehenge, right? Over there across the pond? Well, in Alliance, Nebraska, there's Carhenge.
Yes.
He says that's disappointing. I have to disagree.
Damn.
Right? I mean, because you can't, it's not like it's cars pointing up.
Right.
Not, I don't know what Dan was expecting. It's not like you're going to sit and spend 2 hours there, but it's awesome. It's Carhenge. It's fantastic.
Go
all right, well,
Rich,
if you're still listening, I need a little more information on how it's possible the pyramids are a bit of a letdown.
Yeah.
The Luther Westside Volkswagen Talk and Text line is open all day, every day, 651-989-ROCK.
I don't want to beat the horse dead, but the texts keep rolling in for Wall Drug and Corn Palace. Yeah, everybody hates them, basically.
They sure do.
Rochelle, our buddy Rochelle, says she offers her perspective on Old Faithful.
Okay.
The science is really cool, but the performance was like a water hose on high.
I guess so, yeah. I did chat with one dude who thought the whole thing was a conspiracy theory and that somehow the Army Corps of Engineers has jumped into this like many, many years ago to keep old sucker rolling like clockwork.
Wow. Okay.
Fair enough.
All right.
I love a good conspiracy theory. I mean,
Ryder's dad texted in, said, first, Mount Rushmore, too small.
Oh, I've heard that. It's real tiny once you get there.
It's surprising.
It is small.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
But at the same time, you think of like the work that went in and the tools they had.
Oh, no. It's big, but you're not like right up near it. You're pretty far away.
Yeah.
And because of the iconic nature of what this is, which is let's carve human faces into a mountain, you just expect it to just overwhelm you, and it doesn't. I mean, the scale. It's big, but you can't help but think it's going to be like so big, and it's not.
The North by Northwest thing. You don't get to crawl up Washington's nose.
No, you don't. You do not at all.
That's a bummer.
Yep.
That was Ryder's dad, number one. Number two, he said, though, Hopkinsville, Kentucky.
Watch it.
But he said no statue of Steve Gorman. Just wanted posters.
Okay, not yet.
Just wanted posters?
Just wanted posters.
They do want me. They want me back all the time, man.
Okay.
Are you kidding? Wouldn't you?
Somebody texted in, I think, a recent wanted poster like the other day of you and Mike Mills and Darius Rucker in New Jersey.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe that was a gig poster. I'm not sure.
It was probably a gig. We are going to play a gig at the legendary Stone Pony, Asbury Park.
Oh, is that legendary? Okay.
That's where the Springsteen came out of, baby. The Stone Pony.
Nice.
One of the great clubs in America, truly. And it's in Asbury Park, which is one of America's greatest armpits. So, you get a little bit of a yin and yang happening.
It's a nice nugget inside of an armpit.
Okay, here it is. Michael Shannon and Jason Narducci and friends play REM's Life's Rich Pageant. This is March 14th at First Ave. This is a fine show. If you are a fan of the music of REM, you will really enjoy yourself. A really great band playing the album Life's Rich Pageant, start to finish, and then a ton of other REM songs. This is the third or fourth year in a row they've done this.
Let's go.
It is a really, really good show. We got tickets we want to give away, and we're going to do that by playing a game called WTF, Wisconsin, Texas, Florida. All right, my edition this week. I've got 3 stories for you.
Boy, oh boy.
And these stories all happened in either Wisconsin or Texas or Florida. And then after we hear them, and while you guys mull over your thoughts, we will take the first caller to get all 3 right. They'll win the tickets. We all know how this works. Bing, bang, boom. Let's get to it.
Boom.
The first story of the day. Next time you're renting a car, think about the kind of people you're dealing with. Here's a Hertz employee in some hot water.
A woman caught and cuffed after police say she pulled off a scheme stealing rental cars from her employer.
Authorities say the woman worked at Hertz at the International Airport. And Local 10's Sanelsa Bovic is live at the airport with much more on the charges she's now facing. Sanella.
That's right, Janice and Louie. Investigators calling this an inside job, that the woman worked here at this Hertz airport location, manning the security gate, and allowed these thieves to allegedly leave with not 1, not 2, but 12 vehicles. 12 cars stolen from this Hertz car rental center. The person deputies say is responsible for letting the thieves get away with it is former employee Savannah Harsha Phillips. She's now behind bars. According to an arrest report, the thefts happened at the International Airport location on Friday, May 16th at 11 p.m. A security manager told investigators surveillance video captured 3 men walking into the garage, scoping out cars. They'd allegedly get into the cars, drive to the security gate, and make contact with Phillips. She's seen on camera pressing a button inside the booth, allowing the barrier arms to rise. Authorities mentioned the men returned a short time later and retrieved more vehicles. It only took an hour to swipe a dozen cars. When Phillips was confronted by management, she allegedly became rude and irate, quitting and walking out of the office. She's now facing 13 charges. 12 of those are grand theft charges. Phillips' bond has been set at $62,000.
Wow, you can't fire me because I quit.
Yeah,
there you go.
I bet she quit. Hang on, you saw me steal 12 cars. I quit.
Yep. Get defensive. That's the key. That's the key to show them that you're guilty.
That's pretty great.
Boy. Okay.
Just remember, cameras are everywhere.
Does 12 cars in an hour seem high or low? It seems a little low to me.
Well,
12
if
cars in an hour.
You got 3 guys, that's 4 each, and then you got to figure they're leaving the garage with these cars and putting them somewhere, and then they got to get back to the garage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
12 cars in an hour seems like actually pretty efficient.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Next we've got an unexpected man accused of thievery. Not the guy you would expect to be involved in such malfeasance.
Police say they have arrested WSVN, Channel 7, and ABC News reporter Michael Hudak on grand theft charges. The arrest affidavit says Hudak stole a $16,000 Rolex watch from an acquaintance and pawned it. Hudak is charged with burglary and grand theft, and he is being booked into the County Jail right now. And according to WSVN, Hudak has been suspended without paying.
Okay, the lesson here is TV reporters do not get paid as much as we think they do.
Right.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Man, local news anchor and looking at a very expensive watch, steals it, pawns it. Wow.
Wow. I wonder what we got for it.
All right. $16,000, they said. Is that what they said?
It was a $16,000 watch, but if he pawned it, maybe he got
didn't get anywhere near
$7,000
that.
for probably $7,000.
Good point. All right. And then finally, a woman's got to get where she's got to get, and she doesn't want to walk, apparently.
A woman in took a pricey electric shopping cart for a joyride, according to deputies, and ended up on a ride to jail in a cruiser. News reporter Samantha Romero shows you where deputies caught up to her.
Desperation, I would say. Don't even know how far you're going to go in it, so I don't really know how to answer that, to be honest.
Investigators say Robin Zick got arrested on one of these. A $2,500 electric shopping cart from this off US 41.
It's not what she put in the cart that got her in trouble. Deputies say a woman rolled out with an entire electric shopping cart and took off with it.
Not really, not in this area, no. Strange things that happen, huh?
Deputies say Zick took the scooter for a joyride Monday. Then they say she drove it all the way to Circle K down the road. When they asked her why she did it, she said she asked employees to borrow the cart for a medical appointment. But investigators say she was caught on video driving away without asking anyone for permission. For frequent shoppers here,
Just getting some food and getting some water.
it's unbelievable.
I absolutely don't expect it to happen.
But Zick is no stranger to crime. CCSO says they arrested her for burglary and battery charges years ago. Zick is now facing grand theft charges. She's also banned from coming back here for a year.
Oh, boy.
Well, I would say it's probably not the best thing to do for your longevity of staying out of jail, but...
In Samantha Romero.
Longevity of staying out of jail?
At the store, sees one of those electric shopping carts, and
Yes.
hey, this feels good on me. I think I'm going to take it down to the Circle K, take a little joyride. I love the idea of a joyride at 1.5 miles per hour.
Yeah.
We have different ideas of what the word joy means.
Yes. Random British dude, too.
Yeah.
Gotta love that.
That does throw things off a little bit. That's a monkey wrench right there.
All right, there's your 3 stories. You got the Hertz employee taking part in a car thief caper. You've got a news anchor stealing a neighbor's Rolex, and you got a woman stealing the motorized cart to joyride around. 651-989-ROCK. We have got Alan in Minneapolis on the horn. Apparently, he's got all the answers. Here we go. Ryder and Fletcher, let's see what you got.
All
Story number 1, a Hertz employee at an airport location helping play a part in a 12-car thievery ring. Where do you think that went down, Ryder?
I still feel like they're kind of moseying along. I don't feel like they're moving as quick as they could, so I'm going with things are slower in Texas.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Paul Fletcher.
This feels like a bit of an organized automobile crime that was put together by a team, and I'm thinking it's crazy enough to be in Florida.
All right, Alan, what's the answer?
Florida.
That's right. All right,
Nice.
sunny FLA. Fletcher's on the board. All right, the second story, a news anchor, as Ryder said, doesn't get quite the payday we may have expected. Stole a Rolex from a neighbor and pawned it off, and of course was captured because that's how that works. Ryder?
Okay, I feel like you're trying to throw us off the track. Generally, I'd say Rolex, Miami feeling, but I'm going to go with like Houston or Dallas. So I'm going to say Texas for this one too.
Fletcher?
I have the same thought process.
Okay.
But it feels a little too small time to be Texas or Florida. I'm going to go with Wisconsin.
Wow. Okay. Alan, what do we got?
Florida.
Another Florida. That's right.
Okay.
Fair enough. All right. And then number 3, a woman steals a motorized cart from a grocery store for a joyride. She was, of course, apprehended. Ryder?
Okay, she had said that she had asked the staff at the store if she could borrow the cart. That feels like some Midwest hospitality to me. I'm saying Wisconsin.
Fletcher?
Similar thought process again. It included a ban of 1 year from the store.
Yeah.
Which is very serious.
Yes, it is.
It very much sounds hokey like Wisconsin.
Fair enough, Alan. What do we got?
Trifecta. Florida.
Florida, baby. That's right.
Nice work, Alan.
Well done, Alan. You got the tickets. Sit tight for us for a minute. That's right. A 3-fer.
The triple.
The triple Lindy, I call it.
And you stole my idea for next week.
Didn't see it coming,
Happens. It happens. I'll tell you something else we didn't see coming. The return of Rush. The band Rush is back.
Yeah.
Geddy Lee and Alex Lyson return for their 50-something tour next summer, and we want to send you to see not one but 2 nights of the tour in Chicago. You can enter to win tickets for both shows at the United Center. That includes round-trip airfare and a 4-night hotel stay. Go to 92kqrs.com to figure out how to enter to win.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92kqrs.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning, Minnesota's 92 KQRS. The first concert I ever saw was Heart.
Yeah.
So
1978, baby.
Not a bad deal.
They were up and a-rockin'. And 12 years later, to the month, I was on tour opening for Heart.
Oh,
wow.
cool.
In 1990.
That's awesome.
And the first time that I spent any time with Ann Wilson, we just had a moment to chat, and she couldn't have been cooler.
Yeah.
Of course.
And I said, I got to say, my first concert was Heart. And she was like, oh, God. I go, yeah, 1978. She goes, oh, you're making me feel old now. And, of course, at the time, she was 40. And I remember thinking, well, you are.
Yeah, you are old.
You're old as hell. I can't believe you're still doing it.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, if you get a chance to ever see Heart, go, because Ann Wilson is still incredible.
Oh, hell yeah.
That woman is on my very short list of greatest rock singers all time. Not female, not male, just great rock singers. Ann Wilson, kind of hard to beat.
Couldn't agree more.
Man, she's just absolutely awesome. And again, she was 40, and I thought, oh, man, just clock's ticking.
Yeah.
She's 75 right now.
That was 1990 or something?
1990.
Yeah, okay.
Tells you how.
Still crushing it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still dumb, but I used to be way dumber. Make no mistake about it. 31 years ago today, I think it's worth noting that the world stopped spinning for a moment while everybody I knew called and said, have you seen this movie that just came out called Pulp Fiction? Man, come on.
Oh, yeah.
Walking out of the movie theater, seeing Pulp Fiction. Now, I had already seen Reservoir Dogs, which was not nearly as big a hit movie, but someone hit me to that. So I was like, oh, this is the Reservoir Dogs guy. This will be good. But I had no idea what I was walking into. Pulp Fiction was one of those times. Anybody that saw it in the theater in 1994 will remember the lights came up, everybody's cheering, and I'm not making this up. Strangers high-fiving each other on the way out of the theater.
Wow.
Like people I've never seen anything like that. It was just a complete roller coaster of you got to be kidding me. And it spoke to the fact, Quentin Tarantino, just the idea that every scene is like, oh, you think that was something? Wait till you see how insane this is. And yet somehow you still believed and cared.
Right.
It wasn't, it was so over the top, but with a discernment and a sense of, but it all still makes sense somehow. No, at no point do you roll your eyes and go, that's it, that's too much. It somehow just got better and better.
Big Lake Nate sent in a great text. Okay. The perpetual Pulp Fiction question.
Yep.
What's in the briefcase?
See, here's the thing about me. I never cared. It didn't matter.
No, same.
I never cared who killed Laura Palmer on Twin Peaks. It wasn't the point. But I do know this. I was thinking about Pulp Fiction, and I saw a review from the time it came out, and someone said, the method of this movie is to involve its characters in sticky situations and then let them escape into stickier ones. Most of the action in the movie comes under the heading of crisis control, which that's what it is. Yes. It's a 2.5-hour exercise in crisis control for a bunch of bizarre people. And the fact that it's out of time, the sequence when you're first watching it, you're like, wait a minute, hang on, I thought he was dead. And, it was just one of those moments when I walked out of a theater and just thought, okay, movies matter. Cinema is art. This is real great stuff.
Imaginative.
So, just absolutely tremendous.
Yeah.
So, Tarantino, nice job, dude.
Yeah, Harvey Keitel as the wolf. This is who I aspire to be for this freaking show.
You are.
I do my best.
Nobody, you notice, we're all afraid of you. You know that, right? And I got to say that when we launched this show, 100 and how many episodes ago, and you showed up on day one in a tuxedo, I was surprised.
Yeah.
I was like overdressed, but you know what? I get it. I totally dig it. So
now we know why.
Happy birthday to Pulp Fiction. So in 1994, Ryder, you were a kid. You weren't going to see Pulp Fiction in the theater.
No, I remember my dad watching it on videotape in our house, and it was the only movie that he told us we had to be quiet because he needed to pay attention.
Right.
So he could figure out what the hell was happening.
Got it.
Yeah.
And you're just out of high school a year or two. Did you theater? Do you remember that?
Not theater. No. That was over my head. Think of like my cinema taste, right? Like that's not my typical thing that I'm going to go see. But obviously the word gets around, and it was something that I saw later on. And then I saw Reservoir Dogs after that. This was my gateway to Tarantino, kind of.
Right on.
Got a great text I thought I would share. I'm a writer. In 1997, after Pulp Fiction came out on VHS, I sat on the couch with a pen and notepad, watching, fast-forwarding, and rewinding to figure out the actual sequence of events.
Right.
4 hours and 4 pages of notes later, I had it. I was impressed. Every bit moves seamlessly into the next once the puzzle is unjumbled.
Okay.
Huh.
Wow.
That's kind of
fair enough.
To put the work into that, too, is
I guess so.
It's pretty wild.
Here's the last word for the day. You can't make this up. The good, the bad, the back and forth. It always, just another reminder that life, reality is always stranger than fiction. On this day, 38 years ago in 1987, an 18-month-old kid named Jessica McClure in Texas fell down a well in Midland, Texas.
Yeah.
2.5 days, the entire nation was riveted by round-the-clock coverage. Baby Jessica, okay? So many things happened in this story that are insane. 45 hours into the process, as they're digging an adjacent well, like another hole, to try to figure out how to tunnel to her, they picked up the sounds of her singing the Winnie the Pooh theme song.
Oh, no way.
And that was one of those like,
wow.
Oh, did you hear Baby Jessica singing Winnie the Pooh? Like my mom and everyone else is crying the whole time.
Yeah.
A roofing contractor showed up on the scene and said, hey, I can go down the new shaft because I was born without collarbones. I can collapse my shoulders. That's true.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh,
and they were like, okay, but no, we got to get an EMT, someone, a real paramedic down there. So a guy named Robert O'Donnell was the one who went down the shaft, inched his way into the tunnel, and he took her from her position. He got her up and out, handed her off to another EMT. President Ronald Reagan said everybody in America became the godmothers and godfathers of Jessica. Her parents went on Live with Regis and Kathy Lee after the rescue. A photograph of the rescue won the Pulitzer for Spot News photography. ABC made a TV movie about it with Beau Bridges and Patty Duke.
What?
Afterwards, they all met with, they met with they went to the White House. They got the royal treatment.
Of course.
But now Baby Jessica, it wasn't so easy. She was in there for 58 hours. She almost lost a foot. As it turned out, they just had to take one toe off. There was gangrene. 15 subsequent related surgeries. But for her, luckily, she doesn't remember any of this. Parents, however, of Baby Jessica, they divorced in 1990. It just blew their world apart, and they couldn't put the pieces back together. Robert O'Donnell, the paramedic that took her out, he developed PTSD because he got really, really famous and then really, really forgotten, and he struggled to make sense of it and eventually took his own life.
Oh, crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. Jessica graduated from Greenwood High, got married, had a couple of kids, and in 2011, when she turned 25, she received a trust fund because people donated money from all around the world.
Wow.
However, the trust fund was worth a ton until the 2008 financial crisis. When she got it, it wasn't worth very much at all. She and her husband got married in 2009. They had a couple of kids, and then they, after a few years, have since divorced. It just and by the way, I'm scratching the surface. This baby's life has been, now as an adult, nonstop roller coaster, up and down, up and down. Everybody involved had good, real highs and super lows, and it just goes to show if you get up and go to work and get home and take a nice nap, and then you go to sleep with a belly full of food, it's a good day.
That's right.
Let's not take a bit of this for granted. How about that?
I like that a lot.
Man, what a wild... I mean, I was just reading all about it today going, I can't... This is just too insane.
It's nuts.
This is quite a story.
Gorman in the Morning is also Gorman on the go. Get the 92 KQRS app and stream live or catch the Gorman in the Morning podcast anytime. 92 KQRS.